Hi, my name is Hannah. I'm the business developer at Waalaxy, and today my goal is to show you all the best tips and tricks to really help you optimize your results for Waalaxy. So Waalaxy is a business prospecting tool that helps you automate all your search and contact initiation for prospects on LinkedIn. You can contact up to 800 people per month. We would normally use Waalaxy mainly for sales, but it's also a great tool for networking, for recruiting, also for job applications, inviting them to like a webinar. So yeah, we can use it for many different things. We have over 1,200 reviews on our Google Chrome store and with a 4.8 rating, so that's pretty good. We are the #1 in the world, and that is for a very good reason. So we are the tool that is the most simple tool to use. So it really allows anyone to just start prospecting. You don't need any technical skills. With that said, that's why it's also really important to know how to use Waalaxy. So, you need to know how to write the right message and send it to the right person and not just send out random messages to anyone. So today, that's why we are going to have a general demo on how we can use Waalaxy. We're also going to look at some features together, and you also have Javier and Celia, which will be they will be answering your different questions in the chat, and also this video will also be available, for replay if you ever need to come back to it. Right, so let's get to it. The first thing that is really important before you even start thinking about prospecting or even using Waalaxy is that you need to optimize your LinkedIn profile. So the first thing you're going to have a look, we're going to see a few main points. So like your profile photo, it has to be a nice clear photo of your face. We don't want any holiday photos. We don't want it to be blurry. We want a nice simple background. You also need to look at your name and your job title. Therefore, you don't want to just write your job. You actually want to write in a few sentences, a few words about what you can bring to the table, what is your extra value, because it's very important when you write out a message or when you even comment on a post. Your name and your job title is also the first things that clients will see. And then we also have the banner. We want something professional as well. And, you can write like maybe a call to action, something that's really clear that when someone goes on your profile, they know exactly what you are doing. So here, for example, we have the profile of Will. So this is a perfect example. So he has a very good profile picture. It's really professional. It's a nice clear photo. It's not at all blurred. A very good banner as well. So we can see straight away that he's a personal financial advisor. He even has, like a little citation, like save up to 6K a year. So that's, makes you think, oh yeah, that sounds good. And as you can see, he hasn't actually written his job title. He's written, what he can add to, his extra value. So he's written, I save high income employees 6K a year in taxes through 100% legal tax optimization. And then he's written at the end that he's a personal financial advisor. So now we can dive straight into Waalaxy. So the first step is really important. We want to find the right person. So there's two ways to do that. You can either do a LinkedIn search, just a normal LinkedIn search, or through Sales Navigator. So I'll also show you how we can do that. Or we have my favorite feature, which is the AI Prospect Finder. So I will definitely show you that as well. The first way that you're going to do it is through a LinkedIn search. So I'm going to show you through Sales Navigator. You don't actually have to have Sales Navigator, but we do actually highly recommend it because it has more filters. So it allows you really to segment your list and be more specific on what you need. So that's also very important. It's handy, when you want to prospect, you want it to be quite specific. Knowing that when you start off with a standard LinkedIn search, also you have 50% of false positive. Like for example, if I'm searching for a business developer, you're also going to find a lot of developers in your search, and business developer and developers aren't at all the same job. So if I was sending out a message that is for a business developer and actually developers are also receiving it, it's not at all relevant. So it's really important knowing that we only have 800 contacts per month. We don't want to send out 400 messages to people that would never be interested in the offer that we have for them. So that's why it's important to make sure that your list is as relevant as possible. So no worries, the business technique that I will show you today will help you find the most relevant contacts as possible. So we are going to have a look on Sales Navigator to find the right person for our use case today. So just a little reminder, he does tax optimization for people with a high income, for high income. And so what we're going to do, we're going to search his target audience. So for example, we can type in current job title, we can type Vice President, or we can type VP straight away, Vice President of Sales. They earn normally quite a good income and they're not necessarily educated on tax optimization. So potentially they could be a really good prospect. As you can see, we have over 100K leads, so that's quite a lot. With Sales Navigator, you can go up to 2,500 searches, whereas on just the normal LinkedIn search, it's only 1,000. It's important to know that you can't actually see the profiles that are over that limit. So what we want to do is that we really want to segment the lists to make them shorter so that we can really benefit and see all the different profiles. We really want to make it a good quality prospect list. So what we can do, for example, is like add like the time of the experience. So if I just go on here, we can see like all the filters and I can see years in current position. So we can add like the 3 to 5, the 6 to 10, the more than 10 years. So that, so now we've gone down to 55K people, which is still a lot of people. So maybe we could add like an area, a country. So for example, we could do England. Okay, perfect. So now we are down to 488 results. So here we have all our VP or sales, but it is possible that some of them aren't going to be very relevant for what we're looking for. So what's very handy also with this is that we can go into the current job title and we can also add like people that we don't want. So like, for example, if we write assistant, we don't necessarily want the assistant. So I just click on there and then that will get rid of all the assistants, people that might be like retired, for example. So I would just add that. It's really important to also put these words into brackets, into quotes, because for example, if I just write Vice President of Sales, it will also show me everyone that has sales written on their profile, everyone that has president written on their profile. So that's why if we put it in brackets, it will really put the whole sentence and not just each word. So here we have 476 results. So we can also downsize this, list, but that's already quite a lot better than 100K. This is a really important moment because I know it might seem like it takes a lot of time, but it's actually important to take the time now to make sure that your list is the most relevant as possible, because you're going to gain time once Waalaxy takes over with the rest of the process. So this step really defines your performances, the better the quality of your prospect list, the more chances you are also of increasing your results. So that's what we all want. So let's create this list. So what you would do, you would just click on the extension here, and then you can create your list here. So it's already correct. So I already created mine, so that's why I don't need to create another one. But you just validate here your import, and then it will go straight to your Waalaxy account. So now I am on Waalaxy. And here you can see my VP sales that are already imported. So that is perfect. So once this list is imported, it's important, you can always verify that you don't have any extra false positives. So for example, you can quickly have a look down. If you think of, oh, actually, I don't want any assistance, then you can write it down. You can just write it in this search bar. And I've got a few assistants, so I can just check them. And then what I will do is that I will move them to a blacklist. So I will create this list, there you go. And the reason why I create a backlist is that Waalaxy has a feature that it prevents having duplicate prospects. So you can't have the same prospects in different lists. The reason why we put them in a blacklist is that we know that we're not going to contact them because we're not interested in these profiles for the moment. And maybe in 6 months, I might need to import some more VP sales. And so it will save me time because these people will not be re-imported into Waalaxy. So it saves me time that I don't have to filter them again. You can also just change the language also of Waalaxy. I've noticed this in French, but we want it to be in English. So there you go. I've just done that. So you can also, so either you can write in assistant and then you can put them in the blacklist, or if we go back to our VP sales and we want to do this, we can do it like the other way around. So for example, I want all the VP sales, or for example, I would like all the people from London. So it really allows me to do my different researches. And so then I can select them all, and then I can also add a tag to them. So just up here. And so I can write in London, for example. There you go. And I've just created my new tag. I can then tag them. And so, for example, if I wanted to create a campaign, especially for these people, then I've already got the London tag created for it. Okay, so here we've added all our London tags, and say for example, I wanted to launch a campaign, but for some reason I didn't necessarily want to include people from London. Well, therefore I can just go back to my normal list, and then I can exclude also the London tags, and there you go, none of them are there for London. So that's perfect. So now I could just launch a campaign for all those people. So you can really do what you want with the tags. It really helps you organize your campaigns and your prospect lists as you want. So if you ever want to go in deeper with this subject, we also have a blog article that you can read about everything you need to know about LinkedIn searches and Sales Navigator. So that will be put in the chat for you, so you can click directly on that. Now we can go to my favorite feature, which is the AI Prospect Finder. So this tool is so handy. It's a real time saver. I really love it. Basically, it's very simple. You can go on a list of prospects like we've just done, or for example, you can already have like a client list of yours. And then you would just go on this list, and then you would click here on AI Prospect Finder. And then you just choose the number of prospects that you'd like to import. So for example, well, just for so I can show you, I'll just put 50 in, and then we would just launch the AI. And what it's going to do, it's going to find other prospects that are similar to my list. What's really good with this tool is that, the difference between searching for keywords and then using the AI is that when we search for keywords, what we've done is that we've written VP of sales. So it will come out with all the profiles that have that title on their profile. What's really great with the Prospect Finder is that it doesn't work with keywords, it works like with semantics. So basically, it will search for profiles that are like my VP of sales, but it doesn't necessarily have the VP of sales on written on the profile. So therefore it's really handy because it will show you like more original profiles. So they're more likely to not have been contacted, less contacted anyway, and so therefore they're more likely also to answer you. So that's also very good. And so as you can see, in just a few minutes, it has added all these new profiles. So sometimes you might need to have a quick look again to see if there are any false positives, but normally it's a really good tool that really helps you find some new profiles. Okay, so now that we've done the first step, we can move on to the second step, which is actually launching a campaign. So what we're going to do is that we're going to click on all these people that we want to send a message to. And so we can click up here on Start a Campaign, and then we have different options here. What's important to know is that 99% of responses happen like in the first 3 messages. And only 5% of people actually respond to invitation notes. So what we recommend to do is either you can send one invitation with a note and then you can send 2 messages, or we can do one invitation without a note and then you can send up 3 messages. We don't recommend sending more than 3 messages because otherwise it's a bit spammy. So when you send your invitation note, less people will accept the invitation, but they are more likely to be interested in what you're offering because you've already written out your little note during the invitation. Whereas when you send an invitation without a note, you're more likely to have a better acceptance rate, but you have no idea if people actually are interested in what you have to offer because they don't know yet why you're trying to connect with them. Just to let you know, LinkedIn is actually currently testing different things. So it's allowing people that have premium LinkedIn to actually send out invitation notes. And for people that don't have premium, you might not be able to actually send a note. So maybe the better thing, so you have those 2 options. So either send with a note or without a note. So what we're going to do is we are going to send an invitation plus 2 messages. So now we can start and name our campaign. So I will name it VP Sales. Click on next, and yes, we would like to add a note for our invitation. So here I've already got a template prepared. So what's really great is that on Waalaxy we also have like a little side here where you can find different tips, so you can really optimize your message. Also you have like you can insert different variables. So like you have the button down here, so you could add like the name, company. We normally go for the first name. That's what's best. So what's really important is you want to write a really good message, and to do so you mainly want to start a conversation, so you can start connecting with the lead and not actually just trying to sell them something straight away. So we have different things that we want to check out. So we've got the hello, first name, so that will send out that will put their name there in that place. And then we want to add like a hook to get their attention. So have you ever considered the possibility that you might be paying too much in taxes? Well, I should imagine that someone that earns a very good living would probably have already thought of that. So it's quite a good phrase for a hook. And then we want to add our value, and then we want a call to action. So we have, after a year with me, they've saved an average of 6,000 through an ultra efficient 100% legal tax strategy, and then call to action, should we talk about it? So what's normally very good with these types of messages is that also you want to write, less than 300 characters is good. If you're over 500, then, you might be given a bit too many of details. Mistakes to avoid: you don't need to sign your message because you are sending a message from your profile. So they've already got your name, your job title, they already know that. If they want more information, they can go directly to your profile. You don't need to have all the polite formulas. We're not writing an email. This is just a normal, straightforward message on LinkedIn. You don't want to sound salesy, so you don't need to write like a whole message like you're doing an advertisement. If you use too many times the word I, we, me, it's not necessarily good. We want to try and talk more about them rather than ourselves. And also for the first message, you don't need to include a brochure type file that they're not going to necessarily read as well. So, you want to keep it simple. So then what we do is that we would click on confirm. You want to make sure, you know, that you put yourself into their shoes. So what would you answer someone, like, well, if you receive that type of message, would you answer someone or not? And also by doing the same thing as other people, you're going to get the same results. So you want to stand out. Okay, so knowing that not everyone answers straight away, we can, after the invite, wait for as many days as you like. I recommend 3 days is quite good, and then it would send out the next message. So we're going to click on next, and then here we are sending out our second message. So here, it's good to know that if the person actually answers your first message, they would be taken out of the campaign, so they would no longer receive these different follow-ups, so you can talk you know, directly with them. This is important. The second message is good as well to give a little bit more details. We want to add, you know, continue adding on the interest and the curiosity, and we can also add a call to action. So, like for example, we go through. So 5 years ago, I discovered that 90% of VP of sales who were paying over 10,000 in taxes per year had never engaged in tax optimization. So we know we're given a little bit of information there. Yet, with a straightforward method, my clients are saving an average of 6,000 euros annually. And then here we are offering them, you know, to go and take the free simulator. And then we can say, like, okay, give it a try, and then get back to me later and we can discuss it further. So here we can confirm and continue. We can add another 3 days, and then the last message would be sent. This is where a lot of people get the, you know, kind of write it a little bit wrong, where they would say, oh, have you received my last message? If the person isn't interested, then they're not going to necessarily answer you anyway. And if they are interested, well, that type of message doesn't really stand out. So what we recommend is, you know, adding a little bit of spice, making it a little bit funny. And so here, for example, what we've done is that we've written, so I haven't heard back from you. I see 4 possibilities. So 1, you're among the 3% of VP of sales who already optimize their taxes. So good job. You're not interested in saving your money. I'd be curious to know why. And you haven't had a chance to check yet, but after trying the simulator, that just takes 3 minutes, and seeing you could save 6 grand a year, you'll be in touch. Or answer D. What are your thoughts? So, you know, adding a bit of humor, it makes it stand out, and it's not just a normal message that someone would just open and then close. So we're going to confirm that, and then here is just, so it's a very easy process, and now we can just launch the campaign. And once that is launched, all those different steps will just send out automatically, and with a maximum of 100 quotas a day. Okay, so now I would like to show you our team feature. So what is really great, one of the great advantages of Waalaxy is that you can prospect as a team with our team feature. So here it is on the side, there you go. So it allows you to manage multiple accounts from one single space. And it offers also many advantages. So for example, you can save money. So it has like progressive discounts on seats. So starting from 5 seats, the more seats you have, the less you pay. All you have to do is contact our support, and then they will, and then you get to benefit from that discount. Also, what's really handy is that you can just have one sales navigator, and then you can share it with all your team members. So instead of paying 80 euros per month for each sales navigator, you only need to pay one, and then you can import different prospects through Sales Navigator to all your different Waalaxy accounts. So that's really handy as well. Also, what is good is that we have So it simplifies your multi-accounts. So what I mean by that is that it allows you to not contact the same person twice. Because we have the anti-duplicate feature, it makes sure that you're not different sales. Like for example, if you're an agency and you have different sales people that are actually trying to contact many people, you wouldn't want them to send the same message to the same person. So therefore, with the anti-duplicate prevention, that really that really helps. Also, you can have when you have a team member that joins the team, they might already have the same prospects as you. So we have just a little area here where it has all the duplicates, and so you can choose who gets to keep the prospect. For example, if it's someone that's already been working on them for a while, then they get to keep it. You get to choose also, so what member has them. You can keep all in recommended as well. And also, as the owner of the team, you can also switch very easily between the different accounts. So you can also, create campaigns for your team members. So that's really great. You can share your team, your campaign templates. So very handy, and you don't need to go on their LinkedIn page. Everything is directly on Waalaxy. Also, another thing that's very handy with the team feature is that it's centralized billing, so it's all on one account. Also, you can have different permissions for each team member. So for example, for an agency, you can allow people or not to see other members, if they can add or remove members, if they can also manage team duplicates. So there's loads of different things that you can choose from. So for example, if you're an agency and you are looking after different clients' accounts, well, you wouldn't want each client to see other clients, so you can take that option off, for example. And also, last thing with the team feature is that you can also add and remove people very easily. So that's also, if you have an agency and you have maybe a few turnover, you can just switch LinkedIn accounts, and that's perfect. And then, as I was saying earlier, to create different campaigns, as you can see here, you just go at the top and then you have your account, and then at the bottom, you can also go on your teammate's account. Okay, so I'm now going to show you also one of my favorite features, which is our inbox. You'll see it is really handy. I absolutely love it. So here on the side, you'll find your inbox. And so what it's going to do is that it's going to take all your messages from LinkedIn and it's going to directly put it into your inbox. LinkedIn messages are not at all optimized. You can't at all organize your conversations. It's quite hard, apart from putting a little star on it. It is quite complicated to refine messages, etc. So what we've done is that we have created our own inbox that has all the same features as LinkedIn plus extra features. So basically, when all your messages come pouring in from your campaign, you can really organize your messages really well. So for example, if we go on this conversation, you can see that we have the GIF feature, the voice note, you can send pictures, an attachment. So that's all the same features as we would find normally on LinkedIn, but we have some more features that are really fun. So for example, here we have the saved replies. So that's super handy. You can send out directly messages for frequently asked questions. So here, for example, we have the Calendly message, and so we can just preview it. So, if you have many meetings and so you just want to send out your Calendly, then you can just insert it. So there you go, it has the first name, so it automatically puts the first name of the person. You can also edit your message and then you can directly send it. We can have different tags. So for example, this person for the moment doesn't have a tag, but for example, if this is a lead that is really interested, we can write lead interested, for example, and so we create a new tag, we can tag that person, and so then when we want to later on find all the leads that were interested, we can just go here on the side, and then I've got all the different tags. So for example, you can include lead interested, so on the side it would then, if I just apply, it would then pull out all my different conversations with that tag. So that's super handy. You can really add loads of tags. So like, for example, I've got the lead interested. If I want to write a tag for Calendly, I can also add that. So, you know, it really helps me organize what I want to do in my conversations. Also, what is great is that we have a snooze feature, so you can remind me later. So for example, I've contacted someone, that person is on holiday for a week, and they say, oh, well, can you contact me next week? Well, you have two options. Either you can click on the remind me, and so basically you choose the date where you want your message to like pop up, and then you can so it just reminds you of sending out the message on that day. Or you can also send later, so therefore you would write out your message and then choose a date, and then your message would automatically send out on that date. So that is just so handy because you wouldn't forget any leads or anyone. It really helps you organize that feature, this inbox feature, really well. So you have the first 500 conversations for free. So that allows you to really get used to the tool, to really learn how to use it. It also lasts quite a few months because that's quite a lot of messages. And then it'll be €20 a month if you'd like to continue with this feature. Okay, so once you've tagged your different conversations with people that are interested, so you've added, like, for example, the lead interested tag, what we can do is that we can go back to our prospect lists, and we can, so here on the side, you can see that we have our different tags from our conversation in the inbox before. So what we can do is, for example, include all the different tags. So click on lead interested, and then click on here to select them all, start a campaign, and then we have two different options to start this email campaign. So for example, we can just click on email finder, and so we have an integration with drop contact, so it finds all the professional email addresses, so we can send them directly an email. This feature is available for all different plans. So knowing that around 50% of the email addresses are found, we only charge for the found email addresses and not actually for the searching of them. So you have 25 quotas available for the advanced and freemium plans, and then there are 500 available for the business plan. And then obviously you can, there's the possibility also of buying more credits if it's necessary. So when we click, so either you can start your campaign so directly just on clicking on email finder, or what we're going to do is that we're also going to synchronize it with our CRM. So what we're going to do is that we're going to click on browse sequences, and up here you have the filter. So I'm going to click on email finder, and then I will also add the filter CRM synchronization. And then here we have the campaign that we are interested in. So what I'm going to do is that I'm going to select this campaign and then name it, so VP Sales, then next. Oh, sorry, this name already exists, no problem, VP Sales 2. Next, and then I have these credits available. So I'm going to click on next, and then here we have our CRM synchronization. So we have two integrations available. So we're available with HubSpot and also No CRM. There are 3 more that will be arriving during the year. So there's Pipedrive, Salesforce, and Zoho. So there's 2 main ways so that you can export your data. So either you can do it like that, so directly by tagging your different leads and then adding them to your CRM synchronization. Or the other way that we can do this is that we can directly go to our campaign that was launched earlier. We can click on edit. So that's if you haven't tagged your different prospects, you can just directly go to the campaign. And then as you see, we have the messages that we did earlier. And then you find the same feature where you can synchronize your CRM here as well. So that's all the main features that I wanted to show you today. If you have any questions, then really don't hesitate to ask them in the chat. We have Javier and Celia who are answering all your questions. Also, you can contact the support chat. They do a really great job at answering all your questions. They're really quick and really great. They do an amazing job. Also, a great bonus is that because you stayed until the end of the webinar, you also get to have a free week of the business plan, an extra free week. So that really allows you to play around with it, with all the new features and all the things that you've learned today. To try it out. So before we end, I just have 3 extra things that I'd like to share with you. We have a great new feature that is coming out soon, which is our AI message generator assistant. So I'm really excited about that. Basically what it's going to do, it's going to write out messages for you depending on your target audience. So that will really optimize your messages also for having better results. So that's really great, really exciting. We are also partnered with Lipit. So this is absolutely amazing tool. What it does is that it translates your videos into other languages, but it doesn't only just translate them, it also has the caption, it also clones your voice, and it actually puts another language with your voice, and so it also gives you another accent as well, the language's accent. So that's really great and really amazing. And also it synchronizes your lips with the words that you're saying. So literally I could be speaking Spanish right now. And last thing that I wanted to share with you is our ambassador program. We also have our own affiliate program, so we pay up to 50% in commission for the whole lifetime value of our clients. So for example, if someone signs up for 3 years, you would earn that commission for the whole time of that subscription. Just to give you an example, our average lifetime value is 800 euros. So just with one sale generated, you would earn 400 euros in commission. So that is a great way to earn an extra income. So the link also for that program will be sent out in the chat. So there you go. If you have any questions, then don't hesitate to reach out. We are more than happy to help. Thank you very much for your time, and we'll see you soon. Bye.